Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods always has a lot going on, and we want to welcome Beverly Jenru back to the program.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here always and to tell you about all the activities and what's going on at the temple.
Absolutely. Now, we have the Seder coming up. That's always the Passover Seder is always a big event at any temple, right?
Yes, it's a major holiday, and it's coming up very shortly. We'll be having our annual second night Temple Seder, and it will be on Tuesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. in Clubhouse 2. Rabbi Joe will be conducting the Seder, and it's going to include the complete meal, a choice of chicken, brisket of beef, or a vegetarian dinner. And reservations must be made by April 13th, so there's still time. The cost is $40 for members and $45 for non-members.
Okay. And speaking of dining, you guys have a dine-around event coming up that's going to be on the 4th in May. And so tell us a little bit about what that's about. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, the dine-around is for members. A lot of them have already signed up. There's going to be a cocktail reception in the rabbi's rec room, and that's where they will be told where they're going to eat. And they go to different members' homes and have a 3-course elegant dinner.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's a fun event, and there's also another fun event coming up. The temple's having a trip to the Segerstrom Center to see Funny Girl on June 4th.
That's a classic, and that's kind of revived. It's on a big tour right now.
It is. I've seen it before on the stage, and it's so different from the movie. It's just as wonderful an experience, maybe even more so. So people can call Carol Sandusky to get tickets to see that.
That's off a little. It's June 24th, so we have time to get tickets. And
they have time to get tickets, and there is transportation provided.
Okay.
So, also for our members, on 6 consecutive Tuesdays, the temple's going to be sponsoring an in-depth estate planning seminar. Each week focusing on a different aspect of the process, like what new laws there are, and some people really need to look at their estate planning, their trust, their wills.
Sure, and update those things, because those things can change as the years go by. Oh, we've had a new grandson or something like that along the way, and they want to make sure that everybody's included and kind of the living will kind of a thing.
It's really important to know the law and to know what you need to do until you know all the aspects. So this is going to help our members. And we're holding that, excuse me, from 1 to 2:30 p.m., like I say, on 6 consecutive Tuesdays. It's free, and people can call Stuart Hack to get more information on that.
You guys have a memorial concert coming up. Tell me a little bit about that on June 30th.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you briefly that it's on June 30th. It's at 2 p.m. in the PAC, Performing Arts Center. They're going to have 20 South Coast Symphony musicians directed by Barry Silverman and a full choir directed by Juanita Sue, and they'll perform the music from Debbie Friedman, who is the great composer of Reform music, Jewish music. And
speaking of music, there's a new cantor that you want to talk about?
Yes, that's really exciting. We have a new cantor, and she's going to start on June 14th. Her name is Stacy Morris, and she's a local resident, and she went to school started at Brandeis University and went to California schools for her master's.
Wow.
She's been a temple teacher. She's been a music specialist, Hebrew teacher, cantorial soloist for high holidays. She has vast experience. She's a member of the South County Interfaith Council, and she studied with cantors William Sherlin, Joseph Cole, and Rabbi Michael Akiba. And I think her experience, and her voice, her terrific voice, is going to be a big addition to our service. She's very enthusiastic, and we're enthusiastic to have her.
Wow, sounds like there wasn't much of a choice there. I hate to hear who second place was.
No, they did an extensive search, and we're just really excited with this.
Sounds amazing.
This wonderful cantor. Yes, it is.
Now, you guys have some a meeting on bereavement coming up, and that's an important thing for anybody, and especially in this community who's lost, and to know they're not alone and to kind of get through that process, right?
That's absolutely true. It helps a lot to have other people who know what you're going through, who are there to support you. And our bereavement meeting, our next meeting is Monday, May 6th from 1 to 2:30. and it's in a rec room, and you can call Rachel Foreman or Ken Levin for information on that. Yes.
Yeah, and I think sometimes people, that's an important one, because a lot of people sometimes they think, oh, I'm okay, or we knew it was coming, or something like that, and then they don't go through that process. So I think it's probably a great thing for people to exchange and understand that it hits people in different ways.
It does. Everyone grieves in their own time and in their own way, and it can help to be with a group that understands.
Mm-hmm. And you guys have a book club meeting that's coming up?
Yeah, we have a whole lot of interest groups. They're called Havaraz,
Mm-hmm.
And they're special interest groups that Temple members join. We have book clubs, dining out groups, discussion groups, all kinds of activities.
Mm-hmm.
Our book club meeting is on April 16th at 10 a.m., and they're going to discuss the book Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. And all members are welcome and can call Harriet Schwartz for more information.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun thing to get together with book clubs. I think that's one of those like shared experience where when you read, it's a very individual experience, but then you want to have like, I just read this book. So it's kind of a fun thing to get together as a group and share what that experience is like for individual people.
It does add a new dimension, that's for sure. It's fun.
And you guys have the Purpose of Our Connections Committee. They're going to be doing phone calls and outreach. And that's
Connection Committee does. It's an ongoing committee. It started with the pandemic, making sure people were okay.
Just okay, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that live alone in this community and that are alone in this area. So the Connection Committee is there to call them, make them know that they're not alone, give them resource information, and we also now have started visitations to people who are just alone and need somebody in person to visit them.
Yeah, and for folks who may be like, hey, I haven't seen you at the temple lately, or you haven't been seeing you out much, and maybe some people just their mobility starts to lose and they just can't get out as much as they used to. So, but they don't want to feel that disconnect of the isolation, right?
You're absolutely right. Yes, that's true. And then everyone's welcome to attend our Shabbat services each Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Now they're in the PAC, in the dining room 2 at Clubhouse 3 for the next 6 months until Clubhouse 1 hopefully will be finished. We never know.
We'll get there.
Renovations take their time. We do ask that people be considerate and wear masks to protect those who are vulnerable, but it is not required. And they should be vaccinated. And then if there's anything that you missed in this little talk that you that you need any more information, or you want to make sure of a phone number or who to contact, please call our hotline at 949-589-1160, or check our website, which can be accessed through the Laguna Woods Village website under clubs.
Now, before I let you go, Reformed Temple, it's not just a place of faith, it's also a place of community. I get the sense, obviously, from this list of things, not all of this has to do with worship, but it's also a real sense of community. What's it like for people who are members there?
Right. Community, it is a community, and community is a big part of our religion. Bringing people together, supporting people, taking care of people. We worship together. We also play together and have fun together. So that's why we have so many havaraz, so many activities. And we're volunteer driven. It's a volunteer run. We have our clergy and our choir director, but our choir is volunteer. All of the activities are run by volunteers. It's an incredible community.
Okay.
So, yes.
Well, if people are interested, they want to get out and join that community, be part of that, they know how to get a hold of you guys. Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods in Beverly General. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Michael. It's always a pleasure to be here, and thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.